back to another review. Today's review is going to be on the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Red Ecliptor. Now I was able to get this figure off GameStop. GameStop is currently having a sale on their clearance, so all of their clearance is 50% off. So I was able to get this as well as a couple other figures that I'll be also reviewing for crazy low prices. I was able to pick this up for 12 bucks, which is super crazy because I think this one is on the aftermarket. This one's going for a little bit above retail, I want to say. So it's definitely great to get this for way under retail for sure, half price pretty much. As you can see, this is the classic window packaging. This was an older release right there. So you do get a view of the figure as well as some promo artwork. On the side, this is where the artwork kind of extends on the other side. And then what I thought was very interesting was the back. It actually has nothing. No information, no nothing, no bio. So that's definitely unique. And then on the side, you get the same artwork that you do on the other side. So pretty standard affair, but you'll notice that this box is pretty big. And that's what also really drew me to it. This isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill size figure. This is definitely a bigger, bulky figure. So I'm super excited to open this thing up, so let's get into it. Okay, so this is how the figure looks outside of the packaging. Now, the one thing I do have to say is that I do not remember Ecliptor ever being red. From what I remember as a kid, I always remembered him with the classic black and green color. So when I had seen this figure, I had to double check and make sure this was actually, something from the show. And it was from the show. This was like a sort of power-up upgrade that he had. He didn't have it for very long, but that was definitely an interesting touch, to say the very least. So, yeah. One thing that I do notice is I like the way this figure feels and looks. He's very bulky and big. A lot of these are like softer plastic, so to speak, so it'll get out of the way of the movement, and the joints feel nice. They're not too loose, not too tight. So yeah, really nice so far. And then for the accessories that he comes with, he does come with this, which is his sword. Really nice, pretty standard. Like the paintwork on it has a little jewels right there. Not really sure what those represented, but nice. And I'll do like the kind of gray silver for the blade itself. And then he does get a fisted hand with the kind of golden knuckles. And then he gets a left hand with the electricity effect. That's a nice touch. I think we've seen this a few times. I want to say we've seen this with the Psycho Rangers. I know that for sure. So definitely a nice, interesting touch. Let's go over articulation. He does have the older style body, so to speak, but he does have nice movement in the head. Arms go up, swivel all the way around. He does get a bicep swivel, and then, like I mentioned before, this will actually go out of the way. It's just wrapped around the arm piece, so to speak. Does get a double jointed elbow. And then he does get, this one will kind of, it's a soft plastic too, but it will hinge articulation just a little bit. And what's interesting is that this sword wielding hand is actually on a vertical hinge, which is a really nice touch. He does get nice articulation in the waist and the abdomen. That real nice. This is actually surprising because I thought that this would have just been a singular piece with just a crunch forward, but he does share the same diaphragm movement as the other Ranger figures, so that's really nice. I really like that. And then once again, double jointed on the other side. So the legs goes out. He does get a swivel, even though there is no traditional thigh cut. Gets a double jointed knee, and then he does get a nice ankle articulation. He doesn't have the shin swivel, so to speak, but given the character design, I mean, that's definitely understandable. I gotta say, I'm definitely impressed with this figure, to say the very least. I love the articulation on him. It works really well. And if you guys are familiar with the Lightning Collection, especially the Ranger figures, then this figure is on par with them in terms of articulation. So I like that he's a bigger, bulky figure, but he doesn't get sacrificed in terms of articulation. That's a great touch. And you know, this definitely is a must cop if you guys are on the fence about it and you're not sure. For $12, I mean, that's a great deal. So I highly recommend it. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Peace.